We all have our individual strengths and styles or look. So it's always nice to work with people. As a creative, you always gravitate to other creatives for inspiration, for friendship, for other projects. Like me and si Finn of Nobody, we used to have a brand 10 years ago. 20, no, probably 13 na. It was 2007. We had a brand then. But our thing then was just how do we make shirts? Kasi pareho kaming designer eh. That's the idea, how to make shirts. It's not even making money. How do we make shirts? Like, the technology then was really, primitive pa. So, silk screen pa rin, but iba yung ink, iba yung the available blank shirts that you can buy then were really, like, they suck. Like, pangit yung quality. So, yung gusto lang namin gawin is to print. Kasi, as a designer then, every time I make an artwork, like, I wanna, like, touch it or have it printed. Pero nakakasawa naman if it's always, like, printed on a sinter board or something, diba? So, you wanted to make it something that you could wear. And also, I was a fan of Team Manila, and that's how they like graphic design lifestyle. So yun yung nila mantra. So everything that's they made on the computer, they wanted to transfer it on a shirt. So dun ko rin gustuhan na paano kaya nila ginagawa? And then that's just it, like curiosity na paano maggawa ng shirt. And then 10 years later, we meet again with Finn, and now he has a brand and I have mine. So parang wow, wild. Now we were partners in a printing shop. 13 years ago, wala lang, like, lalaro-laro lang, di ba? So you can never really tell. The 12th house is a manifestation of myself and basically converting it into something that can be shared to others. I'm a Pisces, so the Pisces is the 12th sign in the astrology. So, well, the brand started in 2011. Me and my roommate wanted to do something. He was also a Pisces, so that came into place. So from there, we got the name, and we wanted to do cut and sew pieces because back then everyone was just making T-shirts, printing designs on T-shirts, and no one was actually making cut and sew pieces. So we started with that. When you make a brand, it's always kumbaya at the beginning, but when problems starts to occur, like differences, sweat equity, like who's working, who's not. So yun yung problem sometimes with partners. And also the money. How are you gonna fund your project? This guy shelves out unevenly among others. Parang it's not like a complete pie na sakto yung hatian. So that's one, the earlier part. And then the second part, when I was by myself na, is how do I earn, how do I break even? Just break even, not even earn. How do I break even to pay rent? Like, I need to sell this amount of shirts to pay rent pa lang. I didn't have a staff then. I didn't have a staff for 4 years. It was me running. Like, I was the one who was gonna magtitiklop ng clothes, iron it, put it in a bag, and then give it to the customer. So from design to actually giving it out, I did that for 3-4 years. So earlier struggles, yeah. So how am I gonna pay rent? How am I gonna earn? Good thing I had a DJ thing on the side that was keeping me afloat. Since I was lucky enough to work under brands like THE, Unschooled, Team Manila. So back then there was really no backbone in terms of business side, because back then they just wanted to let their art out. Like, they were artists, so they wanted to share their art through T-shirts, not just artwork. Because artwork can be like one piece, right? And then that, I learned from them that it's a way of sharing your artwork for a fraction of the price. Augie Fontanilla shared that to me, so that's still in my head. Like, every time you make a design and you sell it or you share it, it's a fraction of your idea that you're selling.